I agree.
All right, listen, I want to start with this. Oh, what a night. Watching Tottenham on a Tuesday night. You play first because you're fucking shy.
You can't then tell me that two players go out and you strengthened as well, and then all of a sudden your whole season crumbles. It's crazy. And to me, if Arsenal don't make top four this season, that is one of the biggest bottle jobs in recent Premier League history. But imagine me then turning around and saying, oh, you guys are celebrating today, but 3 weeks ago you were unhappy. That's football. But it doesn't make you a flip-flop fan.
Yeah,
I'm not happy, man. I was underwhelmed. I was quite shocked when he was when we were linked to him. I mean, we had some big hitters in there originally, Conte, Poch, you know. So then to be then linked with
Grin, almost as big as he is because he's like 6'5". Very good friend, very good person. Previously of our channel friends. Views TV is the one and only Patrick Tyrant.
Yes, what's happening, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, that represents T. Let's go. I think we're live. Yeah, man. I think we are live. Yes, what's going on, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, that represents T. Look, I'm fucking sweating, man. It's crazy. It's baking hot. And I've got a fan in my room, but I can't obviously turn it on because the background noise will be a bit crazy. So, yeah, welcome to my podcast, episode 2 of Tyrant Talks, aka Chatty Patty. I hope you like my intro. I put that together yesterday. So I just put together different highlights of different, to be fair, I've been on a lot of podcasts. So there was a lot of clips. Had to edit it. I wanted it 45 seconds to a minute. Ended up being 120. So a bit longer than I expected. But, yeah, let me know what you think. I'm learning on the job. Do you know what I mean? So hats off to all the content creators that actually do their own thumbnails, own visuals, own intros. Because to be fair, I've always just jumped on podcasts and rapped and just talked. I've not done all the other stuff. And trust me, it's not as easy as it looks. So I do appreciate you lot. So yeah, Bainesy, it says buffering. Okay, well, I hope you're in with me now. Started at 7. Obviously, I had the intro. So yeah, literally just started. But yeah, as I said, welcome to episode 2. So pretty much these are going to be bite-sized chunks, not too long, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Just going to chop it up, talk about the football that's just happened, match previews, reviews, that type of thing. Keep it short and sweet, nice and fun. And we just move from there. Do you know what I mean? So today I've got a good one. And I've got a good Chelsea fan who's going to jump on, Chelsea fan / podcaster, who's going to jump on and pretty much talk about Chelsea when I do the Chelsea review from about 7:15 onwards. So yeah, what's going on, Nippon? What's up? Bainesy, yeah, you can't super chat. Yeah, I need 1,000 subscribers. So you lot get me to 1,000 subscribers, and then you lot can throw in super chats and stuff like that. So soon. Literally only episode 2. So obviously I'm on my journey and road to 1K. Once I get there, which I'm sure I will, God's grace, then we can move from there. But yeah, bear with me because obviously I'm quite new to all of this. So I do want to talk about the game on Saturday, which was amazing. But I need to bear with me because I actually need to try and get this up on the screen and see if it works, because this is me trying these things for the first time. So let me see. Backgrounds aren't visible. So, okay, let me see what I can do here. Let's see if I can do this. And does it work? Basically, what I'm trying to do is get up the background stat so you lot can see. But I don't think it's working. Apologies. Like, I'm literally trying on the job. So bear with me. This is a bit shit, isn't it? I don't know why I can't see it. But yeah, apologies. I was trying to get up the stats for Saturday's game, but it's not working. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, if I'm being honest. So we move. It's live, innit? It is what it is. And I'm a straight shooter, so I'm just going to be honest. But I had I had everything lined up in the background, but for some reason I can't transfer it onto the screen, which is really annoying because I wanted it to be as neat and as possible. But anyway, we move. Saturday was great. Leading up to the game, obviously I was super excited. Football back, Premier League football back. I saw a few people saying it's quite disrespectful that everyone's saying football's back because the championship started a week before. But obviously Premier League is where it's at. Premier League is where the big boys play, and Premier League is what everyone was excited for the season to come back in. So Us kicking off at home was great. 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff. I don't think we've had one of those for a long time. I don't remember having a 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff. So I was really excited about that. Pre-match rituals, we obviously walked down. I met my good friend Pagan right next to the high street, Bruce Grove station. We walked down and we literally did the pub crawl, but we knew where we were going. We were going straight. We walked past number 8, couldn't be asked to get in there. No, actually, we did go there. I tell a lie. So we went to number 8, and then we hit the bricklayers, brickies, and it was rammed in there. It was jumping. If you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on you got my WhatsApp, you would have seen the stories. It was jumping. I was posting us all like singing and celebrating and getting ready. And obviously we were watching a bit of the Liverpool Fulham game. So that was on. Everyone was just drinking and chilling and chatting. And that was a nice surprise result. Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. So no one really expected that. But that's the thing. Premier League, baby. Anyone can get it. Anyone can take points off anyone. You've really got to be up on your A game. And yeah, that was great to see. But anyway, I digress. The point of the moral of the story is it was great being in the bricklayers. Was chilling out with Pagan, Sue, Joe Swash, a good lot of the Spurs mob. Was also with my guy Max Duo, who's a big YouTuber. He's got his own real good show going on there, so you guys probably know him. So I'm on his latest episode, which is Max Duo on YouTube and Instagram. So check that out. So you'll see me giving a quick like match preview and then afterwards match reaction and all of that. So yeah, that was cool. Went to the game and I'm quite annoyed that I can't get the stats up. So this is really frustrating me. I don't know. Yeah, it's annoying. So I'm trying to see if I can do it again. Why isn't it working, man? It's not. Backgrounds aren't visible, so you can. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so it's Saturday. Southampton 1, Spurs 4, and you know what? Okay, if we go back to the beginning, when the lineup was announced, a few people was annoyed because all of our summer signings, none of them were announced in the starting lineup. It was essentially the same lineup as the last few games. And barring Sanchez in for Romero, because Romero was injured, it was pretty much the exact same 11 as what we ended the season with. I didn't see no problem with that because we was on a really good run. We were doing well. Yeah, I had no issues. A few people was annoyed. They wanted to see the shiny new toys pretty much brought out of the fam from the minute one. I didn't mind because obviously Conte's got a game plan. Conte knows that this 11 works, and yeah, it's just. The thing for me is that the depth was great. The fact that we can start with the same 11, but you've got Lenglet on the bench, you've got Perisic on the bench, you've got Basuma on the bench, and obviously you'll have Richarlison on the bench as well. He couldn't be named in the squad because he was on a 1-match ban from throwing a flare in the crowd when he played for Everton. In one of the goal celebrations, I think he scored. Someone threw a flare onto the pitch and he threw it back at the fans, and he got given basically a 1-match suspension for dangerous celebrations and inciting a riot type of thing, which was a bit bonkers because that happened with about 6 or 7 games to go for Everton. So why didn't they ban him back then? Why did they annoyingly transfer that over to us now, which obviously, but Southampton at home first game, I wasn't too worried about that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so we started with the same 11, the dangerous front three, Kane, Son and Kulusevski. Everyone knows how good they are. But I was really impressed with Sessegnon on the left. He seems to have a lot more confidence this season. He was bombing forward, making the right runs. I'm still a bit frustrated with him. He still needs to take his man on. When I saw the guy at Fulham, when he was like young Championship player of the season, and even in his first season when Fulham got promoted, he was more of he played wing back now and again, but he also played him as a striker and as a winger. And he used to take his man on. He used to beat his man and whip a crossing on the byline, or just be direct like Kulusevski and drop a shoulder one way, go the other. And do you know what I mean? Like take his man on like a winger. He doesn't really do that anymore. He'll get the ball. If he can go forward, he'll go forward. But usually he'll get the ball and check back, which is really frustrating because you're essentially nullifying the attack down that wing. As soon as it gets to him, it's coming backwards or it's coming inverted the other way, which is annoying. So it was good to see him with a bit of confidence, a bit of swagger again. And I'm hoping Perisic will bring that out of him. Like as the season progresses and he's learning he's under basically Perisic's wing, is under his tutelage. We get to see a more attacking, like-minded fullback on that side. I'd also like to give a shout out to Emerson Royale, who I'm a bit agreed with some of our fan base because I just think that he's essentially every fan base will have it. They have like, the guy that gets mocked, the easy target, basically the scapegoat for when things are going wrong, and even when things are going right, he'll still be scapegoated. And for me, I thought he had a good game. I thought he had a really good game. He was attacking his player, taking his man on, whipping in crosses, making things happen, being smart with the ball. He created, I mean, you know, obviously we'll get into the scorers in a second, but he was the reason why Southampton scored their own goal, because of his cross across the 6-yard box. And he also got an assist as well, a nice little cross, which was finished off by, pass across to Kulusevski, who slotted it in. So I thought he had a good game, but you still see people complaining about his performance and just making, you know, and I get it. If someone doesn't play well or has a stinker, yeah, cool, get onto them. But when someone that is actually playing well and all you want to do is moan, bitch, and do all of those kind of things, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. So, let me go through the comments. You got Vibes saying, Kois, yes, shout out to you, Vibes, love. And I think we're going to have a really good season. So I hope you're tuning in as I get into these pods week in and week out. Bainesy, yeah, man, I need at least a K. Someone's saying I need 4,000 hours watch too. So there you go. So I've got a long way to go before you lot can super chat. My guy Grant, what is good? What's really good? Yeah, what's good, man? Love, bro. Always been one of my big brothers growing up. So I appreciate you tuning in. I really like that. And competition for places will improve the team. Exactly. And that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. I'm really impressed with the signings, like I said last week. And yes, there's no stellar big name signing. You got Richarlison for 60 million. You got Perisic on a free, which I think is really good business. The fact that we got that done early, not a lot of people are talking about that, but I do think that is a really, really good deal. Obviously, you got Lenglet on a loan. We'll have to see. That one, I reserve judgment. I'm not too sure about it, but I'm hoping that we get to see the Lenglet before his move to Barcelona. We know he's accomplished on the ball. We know he can pass the ball forward and move the ball between the lines quite well for a defender. And he's good at dribbling as well and pushing the ball forward. So he is a ball-playing defender. But I'm a bit worried about him defensively. I've seen him make a lot of mistakes. So again, I'll just keep it real. I'm not going to go crazy because someone signed for us and make out that they're all of a sudden a world beater. But the ones I am really impressed with, Basuma, we all know his qualities. We know how good he is. And we all know that he will definitely add a lot to that midfield. And then Richarlison, who, again, a lot of fans, not Spurs fans, but fans in general, they're 50-50. Some think it's a really good deal. Some think we got bumped and got our pants pulled down. I understand 60 million is a lot, but you got to understand that this guy is good for at least 10 goals a game for the last 4 seasons. We took Everton's best player. The guy's come up trumps in a lot of Everton's big games. And he just adds a bit of quality across that front three when Son, Kane, or Kulusevski need a rest or are injured or rotated. So for me, it's a good bit of business. And I do think it just like, you know, when you're looking at the bench and you've got those options to come on, especially with 5 subs, it really adds another dimension to the Spurs team, which we haven't seen in a long time. So, yeah, what I'm really impressed with is that we scored 4 goals and Son and Kane weren't on the score sheet in any of those goals. Yes, Son assisted. Son got the assist for Dyer's header, which was a good bit of, you know, a very good and cute header from Dyer, centre back, obviously getting across his man and just flicking it on. Really good goal. But other than that, yeah, Son and Kane weren't really at the races, but I don't mind that. Not every day we can be bailed out by Son or Kane, although they have to have great games for us to win a game. And I like the fact that we scored 4 goals. We scored the most goals in the opening round of fixtures, which was impressive in itself. And like I said, the fact that Son and Kane didn't get on the score sheet and we still comfortably beat Southampton, for me, that's a really good sign. And people will mock it, as they always like to do. But I saw a stat today which was quite telling. And it said that since 2022, so since January the 1st, 2022, Tottenham have scored the most goals in the Premier League. So in the Premier League, only, we scored 51 goals. Man City have scored 50 goals, Liverpool 46, and Chelsea 34. So essentially, it's the top 4 teams. And we can score now with anyone, really. So it's impressive to see. Conte's system is working. A lot of naysayers will say we're a defensive team or, you know, we're only a counter-attacking team, but that's not true. None of our goals on Saturday were counter-attacking goals. And even if you watch us against most of the teams, we do move the ball quickly between the lines. Bentancur, who I'll get onto, is a great player. And he, you know, we don't have a creative player per se, but we have players that are very intelligent. And Bentancur is one of those guys who's very intelligent. He moved the ball quickly between the lines. He's a progressive player, so he always looks to pass forward and move the ball forward. And he can break a line or two with his passing, or his dribbling and movement. So yeah, like I said, in terms of a creative player, we don't have one per se. Like there's no one that you would look at and say this guy's super creative. But with Son, with Kane, with Bentancur, and with Kulusevski, you've got a mix of really good, talented players that will get you goals and assists. So yeah, I mean, you guys let me know. You guys let me know what you want me to talk about or what else you want to discuss, but regarding the game. But for me, I just think as well, like I said, I've touched on the goals. Kulusevski, amazing. I thought he was man of the match, and rightfully so, he got it. There's a lot of talk now about who's the better player, Kulusevski or Saka, or who's had the biggest impact, Kulusevski or Diaz. Well, did I say? I was about to say Ruben Diaz. I don't know why I said Diaz. Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Obviously, they both came in at the same time. The talk was, we was in for Diaz, and then he went check DMs. Okay, and then he ended up going to Liverpool instead of Spurs, so they're going to get compared. But to be fair, I'm super happy with Kulusevski. I think he's been amazing since he came in. Looking at the stats as well. I mean, stats will tell one thing. The eye test and the performances tell another. And for me, he's been fantastic in both. The guy's so great, so direct, quick, powerful, can beat a man, can go either side. Finishing is great. His decision making for me at such a young age, he always seems to pick the right option. And I think that's something that you can't coach. The guy is just an intelligent footballer. So I'm really happy with him, man. And just to go off the stats, like I said, he's 21 when he came, just turned 22. He's got 6 goals and 9 assists in 19 games. So it doesn't sound like much, but when you add that up, that's 15 goals and assists in 19 games in his first 6 months in the Premier League at 22 years old. That is insane. So long may those numbers continue. Obviously, at some point, he will have a dip in form, but insane numbers, an immense young talent, and he's complemented Son and Kane tremendously. It used to be talks of only a front two, the best front two in the league, Son and Kane. So now you have to add Kulusevski into that mix, and people are talking about a front three now. So that just goes to show the impact that he's had. Ranked Spurs front three. Sorry, bear with me a second. Apologies, man. My mouse is acting up. Ranked Spurs front three as far in the Prem. Prem and UCL. Premier League, I think, I like to say we have the best front three in the Premier League, to be fair, because, it would have been argued that it was Liverpool, but Mane going to Bayern Munich, and we haven't seen how good Nunes is going to be. Again, Man City's front three has been shaken up. So for me, I think we had the best front three in the league. Let me know what you guys think, because obviously I'm always going to have my Spurs hat on, but let me know what you guys think if I'm being biased. But personally, I think we've got the best front three in the Premier League. UCL, Jesus, that's a hard one. Probably have to say that Bayern Munich have got a dangerous front three in Mane, Lewandowski, and whoever else plays on the other side. And of course, PSG comes to mind. Neymar, Messi, and of course, Mbappe has to be the world's best front three in any shadow of a doubt. I can't think of everyone right now. So yeah, those guys definitely ahead of us comfortably. You guys have to name that up best. I can't really think of them right now. Who do I dislike more, Liverpool and Man City? To be honest, I don't dislike either of those teams, if I'm being honest. Like, I only dislike them when we're playing them. I have no issues with either one of them. The only teams I dislike are London teams for obvious reasons. So Arsenal, of course, I hate them with a passion because they are our neighbours. They were better than us for most of my childhood. We used to get smashed by them. So I never enjoyed playing them. Of course, a London derby is always, it's a nervy game, innit? It's great for bragging rights, but I hate it until the game's over. I dislike Chelsea for obvious reasons, which we'll get into. And obviously I dislike West Ham. But I don't really care about West Ham. I think they care about us more than we care about them. But yeah, Man City, no issues with them whatsoever. Liverpool, again. The only reason why I kind of had a bit of a dislike for Liverpool is when they beat us in the Champions League final, because a lot of their fans started talking shit to us. But other than that, it is what it is, isn't it? I'm a Londoner. Like, why do I care about those teams? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, my guys, my peoples, ladies and gentlemen, I've got my good guy Roy backstage with me, and I'm going to add into the stream now. So Roy is a fantastic podcaster and pundit. He's a Chelsea fan. I've shared a lot of screen time with him recently on the Football Terrace Top 6 shows. brilliant guy, super knowledgeable, and obviously I'm getting him in for the Spurs versus Chelsea, or should I say Chelsea versus Spurs match preview. So yeah, give him a round of applause, even though we can't hear you, and let me bring him to the stage. Yes, my guy.
My guy Patrick, what are you telling me, man?
Well, I'm good. How are you, brother?
I'm good, bro. Happy and healthy, man. That's all I can ask for,
that's
man.
it. And you know what? This is my second show, so it's live and direct. I had a few issues.
Nice.
I was trying to bring up like stats and stuff, and for some reason I can't. So I'm gonna have to mess about and do like a fake stream at another time, and then mess about with all the bits and bobs. But yeah, man, good to have you on. Obviously, we're boys and we're family, you know, when we're doing our pods. But for the up until Sunday, we're enemies, isn't it? So big game coming up.
Opposite sides of the block, bro.
That's what I'm saying. How you feeling? Anyway, actually, forget all of that. Let's do the pleasantries. Obviously, let us know who you are. Of course, I know who you are, but let the people know who you are, where they can find you, and what you've been up to.
My name is Roy. I'm a Chelsea fan, 24 years old. My Twitter is CFC Roy, so you can follow me for all sorts of good tweets. There's probably going to be a bit Spurs slander in there, so like trigger warning. If you don't like your team getting slandered, then maybe steer clear. But I'm also on the Top 6 show with Patrick, like he said, and I've got a podcast as well called the Scrubs and Scholars Football Show. So Apple Music, Spotify, we're there, man. Obviously YouTube as well. We're trying to get back on the content grind. So if you want to see me, you know where to find me.
Yeah, man, brilliant stuff. And yeah, like I said, you're fantastic. You know what? The first time I actually saw you, it wasn't, you know, I know we've done loads of pods together, but I think the first time I saw you was on the 12th Man, when you was obviously in the football came to the studio. And I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh, yeah, who's this guy? He's fucking good. Yeah, that's it. And you and him were going back and forth about the little, that was good, man. You held your own. I was like, shit, this guy's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Because you was coming with the slander, the banter, but you also had your facts and you knew what you was talking about. Because a lot of people can do one or the other, but can't do both. So obviously there's people that can banter and talk shit, but you was doing all of that, but you actually knew what you was talking about as well. You was coming with credible stats and you had football knowledge. So I was like, yeah, this guy's good. And then obviously since then, me and you've chopped it up many a time. And yeah, man, like I said, you're good at what you do. So it's a pleasure having you on.
We've been playing each other since we've met each other.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, how you feeling? I mean, talk to us about your summer, what you think's going on with the new regime, and how you're feeling going into this game, really.
Yeah, summer's been good so far. I was a bit of a slow start, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was patient at the start, but then I did get a bit frustrated with the lack of movement. But now we've brought in Koulibaly, who I think is a world-class centre-back. We've brought in Raheem Sterling, who's a proven Premier League winner. Cucurella, who looks like he's going to be a fantastic, whether it's left back, left wing back, or left centre back for us, I think will do great. So they're the 3 top signings. We've still got work to do. I think we need them. It looks like we're going to go for Frankie de Jong if it's possible. So maybe a midfielder.
Yeah.
I do think we need another forward, and probably right wing back cover as well, because we know Reece James can pick up injuries. So I don't really want to have to be going back to Azpilicueta on the left wing. But so yeah, summer's been good so far. We still got work to do, and I do believe we will do it. So yeah, feeling positive in because a lot
of the shouts are, and even me, forgive me for saying this, is that Chelsea won't make the top 4. Are you in that notion, or do you feel that?
No. I think obviously you guys are probably, I guess you could say, better business or more business in terms of taking your team up a level, or at least improving the squad than we have. So like, I do understand that people do look at our attack and think, oh, it's not great. You'll probably outscore us and hence score more points than us. But with me, I look at last season and I'm like, okay, cool. Then we finished above both these two sides, and we had terrible circumstances. We lost both our wing backs. We had midfielders getting injured. We had a misfiring forward line with injuries as well. And then we got sanctioned. So we had a lot of stuff to go through. We also played more games than anyone, went to the Club World Cup, but then it was just the definition of a long season, just a long season. And we still managed to finish 3rd. And I think to myself, okay, so if that hadn't happened, like, we probably would have been a lot more comfortable. So while I still got the inner confidence that we will get top 4, whether 3rd or 4th, I can only really say once a window shuts. If we get our personnel, so like, obviously you've probably heard we've been linked with Wesley Fofana, we're pushing for him. Frankie de Jong could be rumoured to be leaving Barca, so I think if he leaves Barca, he's joining us. And then if we can get like another forward in, because obviously Sterling alone doesn't really improve our forward line that much. So if we can get another forward in, then I think that can hopefully rejuvenate our forward line and get to be a lot more free scoring. And So I think, if we get up the personnel we need in, then I'm pretty confident we finish at least third.
Yeah.
But presently constructed, we'll definitely finish top 4, but I'd say definitely third. It'll be hard for me to put my house on it. Let's just put it that way.
Who's your contender for 3rd and 4th then?
As in, I know you got a lot of Tottenham fans on here, and it's probably going to make me quite unpopular, but I've got a feeling Arsenal are going to finish above you lot this season.
Oh my God, right. And just when I bigged up your football knowledge, saying that you
know, I know it's
you
a
go and
very,
drop
very
a stinker.
unpopular opinion, but you did. I'm not gonna lie, you did look good against Southampton. I'll give you that. As in Southampton,
we look good since Conte's
okay. You look good for a while now, but in terms of just this season, like
the
first game,
fair enough.
You look good against Southampton, especially because you went 1-0 down, and
yeah,
obviously you went 1-0 down last season, and look what happened. So, you bounced back quickly, got your goals, took lead for half time, and then just sailed on to a nice, comfortable victory. So maybe my prediction might change if you guys keep just blowing away teams like this. But I just got a feeling.
You know what?
I think.
To be fair, it's good. It's good that you're talking, being honest. You've come with. The thing is, as much as I want to write off Arsenal, I haven't written them off. And funny enough, you won't like me saying this, but I've put Arsenal and Tottenham in the top 4, and you guys finish 5th. And it's just that, again, like I said, I might revisit it once the window closes. But the reason why I'd put Arsenal ahead of you right now is just that they look cohesive.
They look more prepared than us.
Yeah, they've prepared. Arteta's played the same starting 11 in 2 of the last pre-season friendlies, and then he started that same 11 against Crystal Palace on Friday. And obviously, they only won. Well, I say only, they won 2-0. They look decent, but the point is that they just seem a bit more ahead of their cycle than you guys right now.
Yeah,
that's why I'd put them there. But again, I can't write off Chelsea because you lot always finish in the top 4, and typically, even in a bad year, you get to at least a final or 2, and you typically win something. So I've put Arsenal ahead of you guys now. It might be changed once, like you said, if you get these big boys in. But yeah, it's interesting to say you've put Arsenal ahead of us, but fair enough, innit?
Hear me out, because I just think why I think Arsenal finish ahead of you lot is that whilst you have a better manager, 100%, I just look at their system.
They're coming for you, though. They're coming
I
for
know,
you.
I know it's an unpopular opinion. However, it's what I do believe. And then you know what? If you finish above them, I'll put my hands up and I'll say I was wrong. But I just think, whilst you do have a better manager, I think their structure and system and football, I personally think is actually superior to yours. And I think against low blocks, I think Arsenal will cope better than you guys do.
Yes, I hear
that might give them the edge, especially because you're 2 of the top 5-6 teams in the league. So you're going to be facing 10, 12, 13 teams who are going to be facing low blocks. And I just think that will give them that edge, and it could be why they finish above you. But however, if the way you just keep blowing away teams, you're going to relegate, not relegated, newly promoted sides, you are setting up 11 man behind the ball and you're still ripping them up, then I might think, you know what, maybe the concerns I had were I didn't need to have them because they weren't true. But I think Arsenal will edge it.
You know what? I agree with some of what you're saying, because I do agree, and I've fought a lot of Spurs fans on this one. I believe we need a creative attack, creative mid, a cam, a number 10, whatever you want to call it, a number 8 that can pass the ball forward and move between the lines. And we've been linked with for a long time Maddison. We've been linked with Paqueta for a little while. Zaniolo, who doesn't, for me, is kind of in the.
He had 2 ACLs though.
I know he's had 2 ACLs, and he's more of a direct winger than a number 10. We've been linked with Maddison. We've been linked with Paqueta. There's a few links with Awa, or however you say it, but they've kind of died away. So we have been linked with a number 10. I believe we need one. Obviously, the questions will arise but Conte doesn't play with a cam. Conte doesn't play with a number 10. Where's he going to play? But the point is, you get 5 subs this season. There's a lot of football. You can mix and match and change things up.
And against low blocks, he could be
exactly low blocks. You have to change it up a bit. If you know you're going to have a lot of the ball, and like you said, that is our Achilles heel against a low block, stubborn team that can defend well. We are going to struggle to break them down. I am hoping, though, on the flip side to what you said, my other answer or caveat to that would be, now that the wing-back system is evolved and we have better playing wing-backs or wing-backs that are more, like even Sessegnon looked a lot more comfortable in that role, and so does Emerson. Jed Spence will come in, so will Perisic. So we have wing-backs that are much better in that final third. That will add to some of the creativity. And if you're looking at even Liverpool, who don't have a creative midfielder, but they still have a lot of creativity coming from those flanks. So I'm just hoping and praying that Conte will get a better system flowing, so it kind of alleviates that. But I do hear what you're saying, and to be fair, you are right in what you're saying. You're not just saying a wild thing out of nowhere. So even though I don't agree with it, I can understand the notion behind it. So fair enough.
Again, I could very easily be proven wrong. Come the end of September, if you come to the bridge, and I personally think our defense is pretty solid. But if you, let's say, God forbid, put 3 past us, and you just keep slapping up teams, and I'll be like, you know what? Maybe that like Conte's got everything sorted against low blocks. They've got a plan. But then, I just think Arsenal might do that bit better, which pushes them above.
Fair enough. We've got a question here for you. Oh no, sorry, that's not the one. Here you go. Here's the question for you. To Roy, what is your opinion on Conte based on your experience of when he was at Chelsea? That's actually a good one.
I liked first season Conte, and then before I go into it, Conte is a manager I rate very, very highly, like one of the best coaches in the game, and he's a proven winner at all. Wherever he goes, he wins. Juve were in the mud before he joined, and he got them back to back league titles. We saw he came to us, a team that finished 10th, got the league title back, went to Inter, won the league title. So this guy wins where he goes. Obviously, winning at Tottenham historically is a bit more difficult than a lot of other clubs. So we see what he does. But he's a manager that I do rate and respect very highly. When his football's good, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good football, because we were blowing team. We won 30 matches in a row when we won the league in 2017. So we were blowing teams away. So if everything does click with you guys, there's no reason why you can't go on a run of winning 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games in a row. And I felt like we could beat anyone under Conte. So if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be thinking, you know what? You beat City twice last season. You seem to have their number. And Liverpool, like, you were lucky to even draw both games.
Well, unlucky to draw both.
Unlucky.
They were
another
lucky,
day you could have easily won.
That's it. No, I hear that.
So it was a good time. It was obviously second season. He was sort of clashing with the board, and they weren't getting in the players he wanted. And then the football started to suffer, so things did get a bit sour. So obviously, like, you guys probably are hoping that doesn't happen. But
of course.
In terms of me as a manager, what I think of him as a manager, I rate him highly. I respect him a lot, and I know that he's a proven winner. Like, there aren't many better winners than Conte. Even in this league, Conte's league record is only second to Pep. He's got a better league record than Klopp. So when it comes to delivering consistently over 38 games, he's one of the best in the business.
That's it. And for me, I mean, obviously I'm super excited we got Conte. I don't want to get carried away. I have put us in the top 4, and I believe that we will win a trophy this season, but I am really excited in the same vein that we get a full pre-season with Conte. Everyone's looked sharp. We've had no one wanting to leave the camp.
What we can do pre-season.
Pre-season. That's what I'm saying. Kane looks fit and sharp and hungry. So does Son. Obviously, you've got players that want to prove a mark and prove a point. And we started well. We scored a lot of goals at the back end of last year. I'm hoping we carry that on. But that will lead me into our game, which it's a weird one, because I'm confident that we can go there and get a result. And I actually even think that we could beat you guys just because of where we are and where you guys are and how we finish the season and how you finish the season. But then if I'm actually being sensible, our record against you stinks. We've not won many games against Chelsea, and for whatever reason, like last year, I was unfortunate enough to go to 3 of the games. I went to both League Cup games, home and away, and obviously I'm a season ticket holder, so I was at our game at home. And in all 3 games, it was all 4 games we played you, but the 3 I saw, it was men against boys. Like, you absolutely battered us in every game. Lukaku, even though he didn't play well, was just bullying our back line. You guys are just moving the ball about. You're taking a piss. Kante at home to us, one of Nuno's last games, was pulling strings. He was here, there, and everywhere. And even he scored, and he never scores. And it was just, we looked absolutely abysmal. And there was such a gulf in class. And even after one of the games, Conte even come out and said, look, we're miles apart. We know where we need to get. And essentially he was saying that you guys are the model. And so if it was any other team, I'd be quite confident. But like I said, I know that even now, I feel we've been playing better football than you guys. But it will be a great litmus test, because as you know, you always batter us, and even if you don't batter us, you always seem to beat us, or we just can't beat you. So I even pulled up the stats, and since 2015 in the Premier League, there's been 15 games. You guys have won 8, we've drawn 3, and we've only won 4. So again, shocking stats considering. And away games in the Prem, as in at Stamford Bridge since 2015, we've lost 4, drawn 2, and only won once. So that's 7 games, 1 win. So like I said, the stats are atrocious. They're on the floor. You know, that's, to be fair, it's nothing against you guys, because you are definitely one of the top teams in Europe. I know you had a bad year last year considering, but like I said, you guys have won Premier Leagues, you've won Champions Leagues, you win cups. So Chelsea are up there. And so I kind of feel you guys do get a bit disrespected when you talk about the top teams, because you're not really in the conversation, even though you should be, if you get what I mean, because you always seem to do it. Even I think the slight on you guys would be the fact that you always keep rotating your manager, where if you had a consistent manager, you would probably, it would, to the outside fan, it would look a bit better, because you got Pep, Klopp, and then you would have almost essentially Tuchel. But because you guys always change your manager, people forget how many trophies you actually win. So yeah, man, I wouldn't say I'm worried. I'm actually excited to see this game, because I want to see, it will be a good test to see where we are as a team. And even for you guys, it will be a good test, because obviously we're a good team. You can see where you are as well. But for us, I think the bigger test is that we actually need to fucking get a result, ideally a win. But of course, I'll be happy with a draw. You know, if you can draw against your rivals away from home, that is good. The mantra for me will be don't get beat. I'm going to go through some of the comments. Let's see what these guys are saying. No, Patrick, have a look at our team. Last time we played them at the Bridge, we didn't have Son, Kula or Bentancur. Fair enough. Patrick, this is the time to get carried away. We have Conte and a brilliant squad. So this is what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong. I agree with what you're saying, but let's not go too early. Do you know what I mean? It's
you can look at it in two ways. As in, you can look at it from like an analytical perspective, where you look at where we are and where you are, and like I'd be lying if I said you weren't playing better football than us, and in attacking areas you do look more threatening than us, and you look just a bit more ready and like ready to go. Whereas we're obviously still getting up to speed a bit, still got a bit of business to do in relation to like the first team and stuff. So in that case, it's like it's probably the best time to face us. But then obviously then there's like a historical or
exactly like
perspective where it's
like monkey on our back that we can't get on. Yeah.
Like your record at the Bridge isn't good, and it's like, oh, this is going to be another one where we get excited and then they somehow inevitably beat us again.
Exactly. That's why for me, as much as I want to get excited, I'm just like, whoa, we've been here before and we've always come a cropper. Like even, you know, Battle of the Bridge against Leicester 2015, 2016, where you lot were 10th, we were second going for it challenging, and you ended up, we were 2-0 up and we still ended up throwing the game away. So I think I still got PTSD from all those moments. So I'm still just trying to, we were 2-0 up, I was celebrating, and I'm like, yes, we got them. Do you know what I mean? And then Hazard, out of nowhere, who had done fuck all year, then comes and scores a worldie. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you can't catch a break. So it was a great goal. Now I can look back and say, you know what, brilliant goal. But at the time, I was fuming. I was like, why haven't you done this all fucking season? Why now? So, yeah, man. But just going to go through the comments. Just locked in, keep up the work. Thank you, Kieran. The Sunday going to be a real test? Exactly, a real test.
It's going to be a test for us too, as in, people might think, oh, Spurs is a gimme, but it's still a tough game at the end of the day.
Yeah, man.
Like, if we don't turn up, and I've seen Basuma come to the Bridge and run rings around on our midfield.
Yeah, Basuma's brilliant, man. He did the same for us.
I'm not trying to get too gassed.
He did the same against us. Again, I was lucky enough to see Basuma twice last year in the FA Cup when we beat them 2-1. He scored a worldie and he was the best player on the pitch that game. And then obviously
quality
when they beat us again, fucking hell, they beat us twice. No, they beat us once. We beat them. But when they beat us in the league, he was the best player on the pitch again. So, and Cucurella looked good in that game as well.
I'm really hoping he starts, and I'm really, really hoping we have Fofana.
What do you think of Cucurella? 60 million.
I love Cucurella.
Is that a hit or miss for you?
I think an instant hit. And I only need to see 20 minutes. He knows a hit. Because I don't know if you watched our game.
I watched the highlights, but I saw him putting a few crosses. I saw him putting a few crosses, but he was
fizzing the ball around. Yeah, he's playing progressive passes. Like he's mobile. He's he's a tenacious defender. Like he's just. I think he's going to be great for us. 60 million. I'm not even looking at the fee anymore.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And yeah, exactly what I said from the Shed End podcast. So yeah, big up to you as well, man. You're doing good things. And that's what I said. I think you guys don't get the respect you deserve because you keep rotating. But at the same time, just look at the trophy cabinet in the last 10 or 20 years. I think you guys have won the most trophies in the last 20 years.
I think we've won the most.
Which probably catch up to us. Yeah, City are coming close now, but you're still ahead, which tells its own story.
The rotation did work, but I feel like with what Pep and Klopp are building now, I don't think we can just rotate and
exactly. You got to be steady. You got to be steady.
We need a proper project and say, listen, okay, we're going to build up to catch up to these two juggernauts.
Yeah,
and we're going to give you time. We're going to get you your players, and then we're going to give you a full chance to see if you can take us back up to that level. Because rotating and hiring and firing is not going to work against these two juggernauts.
And do you think Tuchel's the man for that then?
Yeah, I think he can, because I do think. I think once he gets his players, I don't think he's going to stick to 3-4-3. I think he's sort of been shackled a bit. So hopefully we get what he needs for the transfer window, so he can go back to like the versatile attacking Thomas Tuchel that we all saw in Paris and Dortmund. And I do think tactically he can chat to Pep. Like, we've seen him beat Pep in the final. We've seen him beat Klopp. Like we went to Anfield and beat Klopp. So I know that
Tuchel's up there. Tuchel's up there with the best of them.
Chat to those two, and obviously even Conte's up there now as well, because we've seen his teams over 38 games can do just as much damage as anyone.
Definitely. Fingers crossed that we continue the form that we are on the back end, and so far so good.
Ended last season really well.
Yeah, really well, and that's how we ended sneaking in there above Arsenal, because they were way ahead of us with games in hand. But they just crumbled when it mattered. But we've been there, done that. So that's
they had 3 chances.
I know.
Get a result at White Hart Lane,
exactly.
Get a result at St James's Park, not lose 3 in a row.
That's what I'm saying. All they had to do,
they're in the top 4.
All they had to do is essentially in our game, just do not get beat.
Yeah,
if they don't get beat, then the gap is still 4 points.
Yeah,
and we're still way, 2 games left. That's pretty much, you're not going to pretty much, are you? But when we then obviously, essentially, that is what you call a 6-pointer, because we got 3 points on them and stopped them getting 3 points.
Yeah,
it was only 1 point. They capitulated, and Newcastle obviously tore them a new one. So that was really cool. But look at this comment. Last time we played Chelsea at the Bridge, we did not have Kane.
Wait, you didn't have Kane?
Kulu. In the League Cup, we definitely had Kane, because I remember Kane playing. So maybe
only beat 2-0. Wasn't that when Kane pushed over Thiago Silva? And do you remember he scored?
That was in the League Cup, I think.
Oh, let me check.
So Perisic, Basu, again, exactly.
We haven't got Romero.
I remember Doherty was playing on the left side of our wing back system back then. I was thinking, what is he doing? So we was a mess, but like I said, it's a good test. Second game in, you're looking at, but I think. For us, we've got you at the best time. For you guys, it will be interesting to see, obviously, what you do and how you get through that.
It's definitely a different Spurs team, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Spurs team.
Okay, Bala, yes, my guy. Hope you're good, man. Good to have you in. So, what's your, obviously, people that tune in will know what I say people that tune in, it's only my second show, but people that have seen me on my first show and people that see me on the terrace and everything, they'll know my thoughts. But what are your aims and ambitions for the season?
I think it very much does depend on what we do in the transfer market. I think if you do get the players we're linked to and the players we need, I expect at least 85 points in the league. I don't want to see us getting less than that.
That's quite big, to be fair. You're going big.
Because I look at what we did last season. I'm like, is 11 points on last season really that much, like that big of a jump?
With a settled team, I hear.
Yeah, with a settled team. I think there's no reason why we can't get 85 points. Whether that means win or challenge or whatever, that just depends on what everyone else does. But that's my benchmark. I want 85 points in the league. I want to win at least one of the 2 domestic cups, because we've been losing way too many domestic finals.
You lost both finals and you're unlucky in both. I mean, to lose on penalty says it all, doesn't it?
It's really unlucky. And then we lost 3 FA Cup finals on the bounce as well. So we have to deliver at least 1 domestic cup, and I expect us to be back in the Champions League final.
Oh, okay, you're going big, man.
Because I think I look at how Tuchel was coached in all these cup competitions, and when it comes to the game, okay, we're facing this team. This is what we're going to do to beat them. And against Real Madrid, he coached a nearly perfect game, but it was just 2 moments where the players let him down. And at the Bernabeu, they scored, and then inevitably Benzema, he
was just on crud last. He was just literally he was the difference in that one moment.
So I look at all these games, even in the Carabao Cup final, Lukaku was onside, and he should have scored.
And
Mount had 2 great chances and missed both. So again, Tuchel's coached us perfectly, but
they're saying that you know what? In the back of sorry to interject. That you've literally answered one of my questions. You've spoke about how many times, like, you guys, don't get me wrong, you create a lot of chances. But for me, I just think I think that's your Achilles heel. You're finishing, like, you've got good players, but you don't have an out and out. Well, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on Sterling, but I don't know if you put Sterling in the world class bracket. I'm not sure. He's just there or thereabouts. Do you know what I mean? It's close, isn't it? It's hard.
He used to be world class back in 2017, 18, 19. City were running riot.
So for me, that will probably be where you might come up short. For me, if
you address them before the window shuts, then I think.
Who are you linked to though, attacking wise?
Well, then I personally, when I look at the market, I don't see that many like fantastic attainable options. So it's gonna have to be. Like, either we take a punt on someone young and hope they grow into what we want, like Elise. I think he's a very creative writer, which is what we need. But obviously, he's 20. He's quite raw.
What about the Zaha shouts that have just come?
I like Zaha. I do like Zaha. I think like if he's scoring goals at Palace, there's no reason why he wouldn't score goals for us. But it's just my issue with just obviously his attitude isn't the best, and just his decision making in terms of he's so used to it being me.
Yeah.
How will he adjust to having to link up with everyone else and not being the main man? And like, will we see a better Zaha, or will we see a like just
almost like a ZH type of guy that just frees into a show? Okay, so, and I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I literally wanted these to be bite-sized chunks and no more than 45 minutes. We're literally almost there.
But one thing before you go, Patrick, I get attacked for this, but Ivan Toney, bring him to the bridge.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said that. So
I've been getting
to add context to everyone on the football terrace. Terry got onto Roy for saying that he wants Ivan Toney, and we're like, come on, this is Chelsea. You can do better. Well, okay, why do you want Ivan Toney? Let them know so that they understand.
Okay, again, I'm used to getting cooked for some of the things I say, but you have a certain number 10 who is an elite striker, one of the best strikers I've ever seen personally, as in got everything in his game. He's elite at pretty much everything. And I look at Ivan Toney and I look at Harry Kane. I think they've got a lot of similarities. Kane is better at everything, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I look at Toney, I think he's got great hold-up play. I think he links up well with his teammates. I've seen him link up with Embuemo and Visser at Brentford. He had a great connection with Eriksen when he was there. I think he's a good finisher. I think he's good in the air. Like we've seen what he did to Arsenal, and he's facing Lisandro Martinez this weekend. So we'll see his aerial prowess again. And I just think like I just think he's a great striker. I think he's just got everything he needs to be like an elite world-class centre forward. He just can't show it at Brentford because it's just not the environment. But if he comes to a team like ours, he'll get a lot more of the ball, he'll get a lot more chances, a lot more service. And I think he really would show it because like I look at him and Kane, I think a lot of similarities. Again, Kane is better at everything. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I see someone who's waiting to explode in the right environment.
Let me flip it on his head. If Ivan Toney goes 5 or 6 games without a goal or an assist at Brent, I say assist, but essentially a goal because that's what he'll be judged on. Would you be a fan that would give him time, or would you coming into a bigger team? Would you then start getting on his back and then he can't? Do you know what I mean?
Wait, so is it for us or for Brentford that he goes like 5 games without a goal?
You guys. So say he gets his move to Chelsea and then he goes 5 or 6 games without a goal.
I've seen a lot of games where he hasn't scored, but he has had an impact in terms of like linking up with others, holding the ball up.
But the reason why I ask is at a bigger team, you don't get that luxury. At Brentford,
5 or 6 games without a goal, I'd be.
There you go. So that's.
I'd be getting impatient, but I'll give him a bit more time.
Fair enough.
I'll give him. I think 10 games sound like a lot, but if you can't bag after 10, then maybe you're just not.
And that's the problem. We had it even with Soldado, who, you know, when he came to Spurs, he came big money back in the time, 26 million, was fantastic in La Liga. He went about 6, 7, 8 games without a goal. And the fans started to get on his back, and then it starts to get a bit toxic. And sometimes these big signings don't get the luxury that they would at a smaller club. So that's why I asked, because it's all well and good coming over, but if you don't, you know, you got to sink or swim essentially, and you know what it's like. But let's get into it. Let's finish this up nicely on a quick positive. Well, I say positive. I don't know what you're going to predict, but what are your predictions for Sunday? Second game in. It's still early days. Obviously, we're away to you guys. The ball's in your court, right?
If you're looking at just how both teams playing at the moment, I think you definitely do look better than us. But I do feel that bridge factor makes you think, surely they can't come to the bridge and beat us. So I do think we'll win the game. We're not going to keep a clean sheet. I feel like we're just not defensively drilled well enough to keep a clean sheet. And I think your attack will just inevitably find a way to go. So I think we'll win the game 2-1. It'll be scrappy, hard fought. And I don't think we'll play particularly well, but I do think we'll edge it 2-1. What about you?
Interesting. Man, I don't know. My head's all over the place because I do think we should go there and beat you guys. I do think we should, but
it's very possible. Very possible.
It's such a tough one because I want to say 3-1. I know we won't keep a clean sheet. I know you guys will definitely have phases and moments, but I do believe right now we are the better team and our attack should put you to the sword. But I just don't know, man. Away at the bridge is always a tough one. I actually legitimately, you know what? I'm just going to go with what my heart says, which is 3-1. My head doesn't say that.
Just like last time we beat us at the bridge.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a minute.
I remember when Eriksen scored a banger, Dele Alli took one out.
Exactly. The headers, So fingers crossed. You know, I think it's the right time for us to play you guys.
Definitely the right time.
Koulibaly's just come in, good defender. We've got to see if he's going to be as good as Rudiger. Cucurella's just come in as well. So again, another player who loves to go forward, but we need to test him going the other way. We need to see how your front three will click and who's going to even play there now. Obviously, Sterling's a lock. It's the other two that you're not sure of. Perfect time to play, you guys. We already know what our 11 will be. My only question is, will he start Perisic?
Yeah,
or will he?
Is Basuma going to start as well?
Oh, that's a good question because
if he starts.
He had a knock, so he got 10 minutes. Well, I thought he was a doubt and he wasn't going to play, but he got a good little run out at the end. He got 10 minutes.
If he got 10 minutes, maybe he's not ready for like a
I don't think he's ready. Game. Yeah. So, but again, with 5 subs, you might see him play a bit more. But I think we'll probably go with the same team. My only thing is that he might bring in Perisic for Sessignon, considering it's a big game and Perisic is obviously the more accomplished player. But then saying that, Sessegnon's never let us down in the big games when we played Liverpool, City,
and he did well against Southampton as well.
And he did well. So exactly. I don't think so. I'd probably say, so going off that, I'd probably answer my own question. I think we keep the same 11. I'm going to go 3-1. I hope I'm right. I know it's a sketchy one because I'm saying it and I don't even believe it myself, but I'm just hoping.
I don't even have wholehearted belief we're going to win 2-1. I think you can very easily.
It can go either way,
counters, man. 2 goals, and the game's over.
London derbies can go either way, especially this early in the season where I know we know our team, but we don't know how we're going to do against your team.
It's so hard to predict early in the season.
Yeah, so it's too early. But nah, man. Thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Let everyone know where they can find you. I know you did it at the beginning, but I'd like to obviously wrap it up and obviously shout you out again.
@_Steve on Twitter. Please give me a follow. If you don't like Spurs slander, trigger warning, there's going to be Spurs slander, especially during the game and after the game. Scrubs and Scholars podcast, YouTube, we do content, Apple Music, Spotify.
Is it just spelled the normal way, Scrubs and Scholars, or is it?
Scrubs and Scholars, SCHOLARS, football show.
Cool.
That's where you can find us. And then hopefully I'll be on again soon.
No, thank you. You definitely will be. We'll get you on. I mean, this is literally going to evolve as it goes. I want to do bite-sized podcasts, match previews with some of the good content creators for the team that we're playing against. Then I might just do a little round the table and we get all different people on. And I'm just going to literally chop and change it. It's going to be fluid. It's going to be fun, fast-paced. So everyone turn on your notification bells because I might just go live at any time. It's not a set time. That's why I want to do reactive podcasts and even proactive podcasts here, there, and everywhere. It's not going to be Sunday 8:30. Thank you, appreciate it, man. But that's the whole point. Just want to have fun, give people content, let them enjoy it, and obviously tune in and the channel grows. So till next time, catch me on, I don't know, you can catch me everywhere, but just follow me, innit? If you follow me, then you'll know what I'm doing. But no, thank you for tuning in. I'm obviously Patrick Tyrant. This was Roy. Tottenham versus Chelsea on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Good luck to Chelsea. Not too much luck, but I want a good game. I think it'll be a fun, exciting game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a game. It'll definitely be. I think
you're going to definitely get to see a good advert of Premier League football with 2 really good teams. And till the next time, peace. Okay, let me end this.